What's up, y'all? This is week 2, baby, of Screllionaire Bets. Before I even get started on this thing, I told you last week, it's one quarterback I'm betting on for only 1 week. And I just want to say, thank you, Blaine Gabbert. First 10 o'clock game we got, we're going to start off with Dallas going to Washington. Now, this is a big game right here. We got Washington -3. It just came off a nasty loss to them Steelers. I even took them. And I didn't think it was going to be like that. But you know what? Sometimes that's how the game guys come and show up. They just show out on you. But I think this week, Dallas coming in, I'm still not a believer in Dak Prescott. Dez out there mad. Terrence Williams, I don't know what's going on with him. He still ain't running out of bounds. You know what I'm saying? So if I got to roll with anybody, I'm taking Kirk Cousins at the house once again. -3. I mean, and if you're not for anything else, I'm going to go ahead and take the straight bet also, just to cover myself. Because, you know, sometimes things happen. I can still see a good fight, but Dallas is still showing me that they're Dallas. They're just a regular team, and regular teams don't win. So, on this one, I'm taking Washington, -3. One thing I learned last Sunday is that Marcus Mariota is not ready. He is not ready at all. That Tennessee team that lost to that Minnesota team, man, unacceptable. Ain't no way you lose to a team, to a backup quarterback, Sean Hill. Don't get me wrong, Sean Hill is serviceable. He's very serviceable. But you don't lose like that. You don't lose like that. You know what I'm saying? That's a bettor's worst nightmare. And somebody like Mariota is not somebody you want to be putting your money on. And now he's going on the road to Detroit to go against Matt Stafford, -6. I'm looking at this right now. What Matt Stafford showed me last week, first of all, like I said, he's a person that you can put your money on. That's somebody you want to put your money on when they're doing the quarterback thing. You don't mind, okay, can this person cover 6? Can he cover 7? Can he cover 3.5? This quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Not the team, the quarterback. And somebody like Matt Stafford, he can do that. Tennessee coming in, I mean, you know, I can see Mariota just putting up some numbers, but I don't see him being an impact. I don't see him throwing for 2 touchdowns. I can see Detroit going home, going nuts, you know what I'm saying, and just Matt Stafford doing his thing. So I'm going ahead and I'm taking Detroit, -6 at the house. Mariota, he's going to have to show us something this Sunday. Either he ready or if not, you're going to win a whole lot of money betting against him. This is another game right here I really don't like. We got Baltimore Ravens going to Cleveland. First of all, I just want to thank RG3 killing my dream, thinking that he gonna at least cover me, even though I knew that he was gonna have a 6-10 season. But I thought he would have kept his team in the game to where, you know, he's able to cover bets. So he's out of there. Thank you, RG3, for trying to go head up with a safety. Don't know why he did it, but you're out for the season. Thank you. But anyway, back to this money. You know what I'm saying? We got Baltimore. They going to Cleveland. Now, even worse than that is that, you know, we just seen the Ravens put up like, what, 13, 16 points? Man, that's rough. And that was at the house. Now you're going on the road to Cleveland. I ain't saying Josh McCown is a good quarterback, because he's not at all, but my goodness, if you're not going to put up no points, man, it's going to be hard to cover. But still, I'm rolling with Joey Flacco. Still, I'm rolling with Terrell Suggs. Still, I'm rolling with my coach Harbaugh. You know what I'm saying? The brother, at least. You know what I'm saying? And that's just where we at right now. So I'm going to go ahead and swallow my pride and take that 5.5 from Baltimore. But, man, I'm telling you right now, I can see it. I can just see it. You know what I'm saying? But I can't put my money on Joshua. I can't put my money on the Cleveland Browns right now. But I can see it possibly being a close game. So close to where it probably wouldn't cover. But if anything, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to roll with a playoff team, a decent team, the Baltimore Ravens, and take them -5.5 going to Cleveland. The next game we got coming up is New Orleans Saints going up to the New York Giants. Now this game is going to be tricky right here because they got the Giants -4. What's that's telling me right now is that the home team is good enough to win, but I don't know if they're good enough to cover the 4 points. You still got Drew Brees coming in, even though he's not going to be in the dome and throwing all over the field like he was. last week, he's still going to do a decent enough job. But will he be able to keep up with Eli and the outside? Will Eli be able to keep up? So this is like a tricky spread. I really don't be liking spreads like this. So if I got to do anything, I'm going to go ahead and jump out there and I'm going to take the New Orleans Saints +4. And the only reason I'm going to take the +4 is because I can see it being a close game. But at the same time, Eli could probably show up, Odell could show up, Cruz could show up, and they can just show out. So, this is one of those scary games. But their defense is still suspect, and Drew Brees is still Drew Brees. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to jump out there on the limb and take the New Orleans Saints +4 going to New York. Now, the next game coming up, this one right here is a head scratcher. But please, 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 for all my Niner fans who ready to put up their money, don't get fooled by what you seen last week. 28-0 over the Los Angeles Rams, who would have no quarterback. Defense was like a quit. Offense was non-existent on the field. So it was nothing for Carlos Hyde to be doing what he's doing. But I seen the worst thing ever from a quarterback. 4th and 1, Blaine Gabbert throws the ball in the dirt. Now you mean to tell me I'm going to put my money on somebody who on 4th and 1 is going to throw the ball in the dirt? Understand what I'm saying? Your money is on the line. If somebody on 4th and 1 throws the ball in the dirt, don't hit his hands, chest, or helmet. It hits the dirt. Man, you can't bet on nobody like that. And it's even worse because they're coming off Monday night. They're about to go to Carolina. Cam Newton and them just lost. Cam Newton and them, they're about to be juiced, fired up. First game of the year at the house. Niners going to the East Coast. Blaine Gabbert's at quarterback. Our defense is solid, but I don't see Blaine Gabbert keeping up with Cam Newton. That's what I don't see. So it's really nothing for me to jump out there and say, I'm taking Carolina -13 over the San Francisco 49ers. The next game we got coming up is the Miami Dolphins going up to New England. Now, New England is -6. Let me tell you something right now. I am not giving Jimmy G 6 points. Period, point blank. So I got Miami going up there. They got Arian Foster. They got Sue still. They looking real nice. They looking real nice going to Seattle. Had them shook up. Russell Wilson did what he did at the end of the game. That's kind of why he is Russell Wilson. But at the same time, I think Miami is ready to do something based on the fact that they have an opportunity, and another fact that Tom Brady's not there. So you still got Jimmy G there. I still don't believe in Jimmy G. I'm not going to sit up here and say Jimmy G -6 is a good bet. Ain't no way in hell. So I'm going to go ahead, and Ryan Tannehill, he ain't really a good quarterback either, but Ryan Tannehill is worth 6 points. So I'm going to go ahead, it's not even jumping out there. I'm putting my money on the Miami Dolphins and taking that +6 going to New England. The next game we got coming up right here is Kansas City going to Houston. Now, this is a real tricky game for me. We got Houston -1.5, so pretty much all Vegas is telling us is that, hey, it's really a pickle game. But I'm looking at last week. I'm looking at what Kansas City did. Man, more power to them. But I don't know if they're going to be able to have that energy still coming out to be ready to fight on the road going to Houston. Another thing, Houston, Brock Osweiler. Y'all got y'all first win. Y'all got another one coming up. I'm still suspect. Are you ready? Are you really ready to get that money? I'm looking at the offense. I know the defense is cool. 1.5, that means Vegas really don't believe in you or the defense. I could see a close game also. But one thing I'm going to do is go ahead and take the home team for one reason. They still got Clowney on the outside. J.J. Watt is in this week. It's really going down. So I don't see Alex Smith going for 373 this week. So I'm going to go ahead and do a straight bet. I wouldn't take the points. I'll really just leave that alone. And I'll just do a straight bet. And I'll take Houston for the win. This one coming up right here, it's one of those games, you know what I'm saying? You got Seattle going to LA to play the Rams. And the Rams are +6. So this is tricky right here. You got the Rams at the house +6. I know what we seen last week. We seen the Rams get annihilated pretty much by a worse than mediocre team. 28-0. They put up no points. Defense was mad and all that. But we also seen Russell get a high ankle sprain. We also seen Russell at the house struggle to try to go ahead and get the victory. Didn't even cover for us last week. So I'm looking at this game right now, and I'm saying Seattle going to LA -6. I know they got Ross coming back, but Ross, are you ready? They're gonna really key on you right now. You're not coming in behind Marshawn. You the number one. So I'm looking at this right now, and I really just don't like those points. It's just like, dang, why Seattle? I mean, could they knock it down? They could at least brought it down to like 4.5 or something like that, because I'm just not a believer in Russell Wilson like that. I mean, he's a good quarterback, but he's not. I don't know. He just don't. I mean, he's a real smart quarterback. I'm gonna go ahead and give him that. But I don't like putting my money on Russell Wilson because I don't believe in him covering things like this. But as bad as the Rams is, because we don't even know. I don't know. Are you starting at the Rams quarterback position? I don't know who is. Just based on that fact alone, I'm gonna go ahead and swallow my pride and take Seattle -6 for the win. But man, oh man, this dude Russell can't get it done. I'm talking more shit than yesterday. Next week. So this next game right here, we got Tampa Bay Buccaneers going to Arizona, and Arizona is -7. Are you kidding me right now? That's not the Arizona that I seen last week lose to Jimmy G. Not that Arizona. And that was a close one. Even if the kicker would have made it or whatever was going on, man, that was a close game, and that was just too close to comfort. So, with that being said, I'm not a believer in Carson Palmer. I've never really been a believer. I mean, he's a good quarterback, but when you bet your money on these type of quarterbacks and they get these type of points, man, it's kind of hard to depend on a quarterback like him with 7 points. -7. And you're going against a young buck. He on the rise. He doing his thing. Young Jameis Winston. You see what he did in the ages when they showed out last week. I'm not saying he gonna win this week, because I can see Arizona still handling their business off the short week. But I can also see young Jameis Winston staying in the fight. Give just, the little scrappy dude that just won't go away. You know what I'm saying? So I believe in that. I can see like a 4 or 5 point game. So if anything, 7 points is really way too much for an NFL team anyway. It's almost disrespect telling the NFL team, I'm going to give you 7 points and still win the game. Nah, I'm not going to fall for that one. So I'm going to go ahead and take Tampa Bay +7. It's going to be a hard one. It's going to be tricky. But I believe in said James. Shoot, you going to get Jameis Winston 7 points? I'm going to go ahead and take it. So I'm taking those 7 points over Arizona. Once again, we got us a nice game coming up this week. Talking about the Cincinnati Bengals going to Pittsburgh, -3. Now, if anything, my personal opinion, I would tell you as a bettor, stay away from the -3. If you want to do anything, just take the straight bet. Because it's one thing, it's a division game. 2, these are both 2 good offenses. But 3, both of these defenses is kind of iffy. So we know it's going to be going back and forth. So I wouldn't say that Cincinnati would cover the 3, because it's possible they couldn't, but I wouldn't say Pittsburgh would cover the 3 either. So really what I would do is I would go with the straight bet. But man, what I seen from Ben Roethlisberger the other night and that boy Antonio Brown, man, look, you're going to win a lot of money this year betting on these dudes. Alright? So I'm going to tell you right now too. Andy Dalton, he's a good quarterback. The Bengals, they're a good team. AJ Green, you seen what he did to Reeves Island. He pretty much opened the door and told everybody to come in as tourists. And as this is what it is. But right now, this week, Cincinnati going to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is hot, coming off that Monday night. It's going to be a fight, but I'm a believer in Ben Roethlisberger, and that offense is on fire, man. But Cincinnati going to give them a good fight, but pretty much, like I said, I know they -3. I would stay away from the minus part, whatever. If you ever get the straight bet, good. But if not, and you got to take that -3, I'll go ahead and take Pittsburgh that -3. Because I can still, even if you do take that -3, it'll probably be a tie. But I'd still rather take a tie than a loss anything. So I'm taking that Pittsburgh -3. Yeah, so next we got coming up is some pesky little Jacksonville Jaguars about to go to San Diego. I told you what they was going to do last week. I told you Green Bay wasn't going to go up in there and just go run them boys like that. I told you Jacksonville's a young team coming up on the rise. I told you got to to know when to roll and when to bet your money. That's why I got Screllionaire Bets going on right here. Is you paying attention right now? You know what I'm saying? But we got Jacksonville going to San Diego -3. San Diego just lost Keenan Allen. San Diego already wasn't good. San Diego is, I don't know what kind of team they are. They're just another football team. But we got Jacksonville, you're still flying across country. You know what I'm saying? Even though they playing an afternoon game, it still can be rough. I don't want to look down on Phillip Rivers, you know, because they got the -3, so pretty much that's what the home team, all home teams is worth 3 points. So you got them, so pretty much they just say you're going to win. So a fight, I don't know. Jaguars, y'all did good last week against Green Bay, but this week right here, I think San Diego comes in. I think San Diego's handle their business. Young Melvin Gordon, young, nice little piece. I like that. I like what they're doing right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take San Diego -3. Man, oh man, them pesky Jags. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to be on the lookout for them. I'm telling you right now, you're gonna win money for them with them. But this week right here, them traveling to the West Coast, a little later game, hot, sunny. Well, it's like that in Jacksonville too, but I just see San Diego handling like that, so taking San Diego -3. This is something that I've been knowing for a few years right here. Matt Ryan is not a good quarterback. Period, point blank. I don't care where you put him at. I don't care what you're talking about. Matt Ryan is not a good quarterback. Period, point blank. Now we got Atlanta, the Falcons, about to travel to the Raiders. I told you Raider fans what to do right now. I told y'all gonna get y'all money this year. I hope you're listening right now. We got the Falcons going to Oakland -4. Them is some good points right there. Because I'm seeing Oakland covering that real easy. You know what I'm saying? Oakland is a good team. Right now what Jack Del Rio, he showed us is that he wants to win. Love that mentality. One thing the Raiders showed us is that they willing to fight. I love that mentality. One thing the Raiders also showed us is that, man, I don't want to be waiting for you to start your fight, man. I need you to start your fight out the gate. I need you to start punching people in the mouth. I don't need you to wait for it. You know what I'm saying? But somebody like Jack Del Rio, he gonna make sure they cool. Carr gonna make sure they cool. Marty Cooper, of course, shout out to the King Crab who used to be with the Niners, you know what I'm saying? But this week right here, I'm seeing Raiders run over the Atlanta Falcons and covering that 4. So I'm taking the Raiders -4. Next game we got coming up is the Indy Colts going to Denver. And Denver is -6.5. First of all, right now, let me pay all my respects to Von Miller. Y'all the truth, DeMarcus Ware, y'all the truth, Young Harris, young CJ Anderson, but who ain't the truth is Trevor Siemian. I ain't putting my money on him. Are you kidding me? -6.5? Now, Andrew Luck is a good quarterback. They don't have a good team, but he is a good quarterback. He is worth 6.5 points for so many reasons, especially against somebody like a Trevor Siemian. It's the second game, you know what I'm saying? You know, sometimes what we see is a lot of fools go. So I'm not about to get fooled off somebody, a kicker missing a field goal and thinking that Trevor Siemian all of a sudden worth 6.5 points. It ain't no way. I know Von Miller and them, they coming off the edges, and man, I ain't lying, they nice. I mean, we talking about looking at a nice defense. But with that being said though, I'm not trusting Trevor Siemian with 6.5 points. You gonna give Andrew Luck 6.5 points, even on the road? I'm taking that. So this is a real easy one to me. I'm taking the Colts +6.5 at Denver. Alright, you know our Sunday night special. We got Green Bay going to Minnesota. Packers -2. What's that telling us? It's gonna be a good damn game. You know what I'm saying? But really, I really don't know what to expect. Sam Bradford about to start? I don't know. Is he already clicking with the receivers and all that? I know they D is on point. Aaron Rodgers, I mean, good quarterback. Man, you've been getting beat going to Minnesota the last few. So, I don't know about all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not balling, so that's why they got Green Bay at -2, because Green Bay hasn't been playing good going to Minnesota, or against Minnesota, I should say. They opening up the stadium, finna have that whole effect. I could just feel that energy. I could just feel that energy. Can Aaron Rodgers knock that energy? I mean, you know how it is. You know, you look at people that always open up their stadiums. Hey, usually they start off with wins. So on this one right here, I'm going to go ahead and take Minnesota +2 because I can see Adrian Peterson having a good day. I can see the clock getting worked, and I can also see it being a close game. But with anything, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take Minnesota +2. Aaron Rodgers 2 weeks on the road, tough. I can see him going 1-1, but he'll bounce back for us next week for sure. But on this Sunday night, I'm going to go ahead and take Minnesota with the momentum of opening up the new stadium. The next game we got coming up is the Philadelphia Eagles going to the Chicago for the Monday night special with the Bears -3. One thing I know for sure, Jay Cutler, no, I can't even say his name right. Jay Cutler is garbage. I respect all professional athletes at the end of the day because it takes a lot to get to that level. But once you get there, you still got to be able to perform. Jay Cutler don't do that for me. But then I'm also looking at the Philadelphia Eagles. Am I supposed to believe in Carson Wentz? Is he that good? Is he good enough to take that game on the road? Are the Eagles that good? And I don't know. I feel like that was a lot of fool's gold last week. And with Jay Cutler being at Chicago, being at home, hopefully he can go ahead and take that momentum and run with it, but still seeing it being tight. I mean, you know, I don't know. I'm not going to say I can see it being tight. Really the question right now is Carson Wentz that good? And for me personally, -3, they saying the Bears are just finna win. So they saying it's going to be a fight, but I'm still not a believer in Carson Wentz. So I'm going to go ahead and take Jay Cutler this week. I think once a week, I'm going to be swallowing my pride and taking a garbage-ass quarterback for the win because that's what a good better does. I'm going to go ahead and take the Chicago Bears -3 against the Eagles. Yeah, man, so I'm glad y'all tuning in. You know, you got something to say, you got some ideas, you want to put some things down, go ahead and drop a comment. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, this is 16 weeks with Screllionaire Bets. We're going to go ahead and get this money. I want to give a personal shout out to my boy V-Town for helping me out, you know what I'm saying? You know, doing the video things, you know what I mean? And we just going to keep the thing rocking, you know what I'm saying? But like I say, go on tomorrow when you wake up, wipe your eyes, get that sleep up out of there. More importantly, get your money. We're going to be tuning in week 3 and see who I'm rocking with. Peace.